Hey guys, Nary here from DrakeWingGaming. As some of you know me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. It's here! A new build of Psychic Connections. I am so excited. Let's just jump right into it, guys. If you haven't been following, Psychic Connections is a furry... I guess it's kind of a dating... I haven't gotten to the dating simulator part, but it's a game about a group of furry college students who have psychic abilities, and you are one of the new members of their group. I really enjoy this game. It's a lot of fun. I'm having fun kind of reading the different lines of each character. Oh, I love it. Anyway, guys, let's just jump right into it. Enjoy the video. It seems you've become more aware of it now. I imagine it won't be long now. Hello? Day 1, August... Ooh, Day 3, September 2nd. Oh god, why is my alarm going off? Right, I have morning class today. Can I even call it that if the sun isn't up? Yesterday had been so mentally exhausting with the big revelation that was dropped on my lap. Looking at the messages on my phone, I know for a fact it wasn't a dream. Waking up this early every Wednesday is not going to be good for my mental health. Oh god. I can actually hear my head pounding a bit. Hopefully this headache passes when I wake up more. I wonder if it's not too late to switch out of the class. I'm already up now, though, so I should at least go this one time. Ooh, it's pretty out. The campus is eerily quiet right now, like a scene from a horror movie. It feels almost like I'm being watched, even though I know that's not the case. You probably are being watched. I keep turning my head, as if expecting to see one of those cultists from the club fair following me in a white van. However, all I spot are half-awake students trudging sluggishly to various buildings. It's nice to see that being up this early isn't just killing me. Walking up to the building where my class is being held, I'm stopped dead at the door, which is not opening. Am I at the wrong spot? I check my phone again to verify that my class is indeed in this building. This can't be right. It says my economics class is at 6 o'clock on Thursday. Oh. Did I really set my alarm for the wrong day? According to my schedule, I have an intro to astronomy class in 4 more hours. I feel the weight of regret and pain washing over me. So much sleep was lost, and at what cost? What can I even do right now? The cafe won't be open for a few more hours. I could head back to my room and try to get more sleep, but I've already gotten up. It's not like it would be quality sleep. Yeah, I can walk around. It's nice and pretty out. Thinking about it, I don't think I've really explored the campus much outside of orientation. It doesn't hurt to check some places out. I'm sure there is something open this early in the morning. Walking around the campus, I tried recalling the various locations I'd heard about from orientation. The library was easy to find, as was the gym. Unlike the library, however, the gym had a poorly labeled entrance. I'd also managed to find the dining hall tucked away near one of the science buildings. Passing by it was a strange experience. The scent wafting from the facility was not what I expected. I thought I'd smell warm breakfast foods. Instead, the air was permeating with the stench of seafood and some sort of fruit component. My curiosity was somewhat piqued, but I really wasn't hungry yet. Something about the fishy banana smell wasn't really helping either. I ended up settling on the grass near the club fair. The tables were all set up again, and recruiters were passionately preaching to passersby. I wonder how they can get up so early in the morning, put all this together, and still have the energy to try and get others to join them. And cocaine's a hell of a drug. I feel like I'm running even on fumes even now. The sky looks so blue today. The sun feels warm beating down on me like this. It won't be long before nice days like today are replaced with colder ones like yesterday. I feel like I could just drift away like this, let all my cares go. It's no wonder I have a headache. I have too much going on. Psychics, school, romance, and money. It'd be so easy if I just didn't have to think about it. I guess the whole thing can't be that crazy, although if psychics are real, what else is real? Aliens. Space is pretty big, and there are plenty of theories about ancient civilizations being influenced by otherworldly influences. Ghosts. Speaking of the dead, speaking to the dead is supposedly a thing psychics can do, right? The grass here feels nice. Hey! This voice sounds familiar. I'm probably mistaken, though. I'm sure whoever it is isn't really talking to me. Do you really think the grass is the best place to be taking a nap? Ah, Aiden! I opened my eyes to see the sight of Aiden standing over me. He looks extra radiant this morning, though that might just be the sun shining behind him. He has a calming smile on his face, but his eyes flash with something else. Concern? Or perhaps disapproval? Maybe if I had his empathic abilities, I'd have gotten a better idea of what he is thinking while he looks down on me. Oh, it's a pretty comfortable place to sleep if you ask me. Sure, I suppose if you're fine with dirtying your clothes and smelling like something off the ground. What are you doing here anyway? I'm the student government president. I make it a point to appear at the fair at least once a day. Right, that makes sense. I guess I just didn't think you'd get here this early. What do you mean early? Setup started an hour ago. Besides, there are only so many hours in the day. I have to be here in the initial hours if I intend to make my other appointments. Do you ever find time for yourself? Certainly. I make it a point to find an hour for leisurely reading every evening. What about all the time you spend with Zoe and the others? I don't necessarily consider that time for myself. It's true that on occasion I do find their distraction enjoyable. However, I am in attendance mostly as a favor to Zoe. Didn't Jude say that part of those meetings was to help you all cope with everything? While I cannot speak for everyone, I find that my methods of dealing are more than adequate. I am familiar with my limits, and I am in no way allowing myself to be hindered by my unique disposition. So between school, your big company job, and club meetings, you only have an hour to do what you want? That wouldn't be totally accurate. You make it sound as if I'm a slave to my obligations. I mean, I'm definitely thinking that. I don't know how he can live like that. I can feel your doubt, right? It's fine if you don't understand. Very few people ever do. I chose my obligations, and at any point I could choose to drop them, but I don't because they are means to the ends that I desire. I guess, but don't you worry you're missing out on life? You never know what the future might hold. Well, I guess Quinn might actually, but life has very few guarantees. I don't think I'd want to give up any more time that I could spend living life to the fullest. What do you mean more to... Aiden! Do you mind coming and taking a look at this? A slender peacock interrupts the wolf sentence. The bird waves Aiden over, carrying what looks to be a large paper banner. Whatever Aiden was about to ask was going to have to wait. Duty calls. Sorry, I have to go take care of this. We'll have to continue this another time. Aiden looks me over once more, as if thinking about what I just said before moving away to help the bird. I watch him slowly disappear into the gradually increasing crowd as more people pool onto the main campus area. I can't say I particularly envy him. By choice or not, I don't think I could do what he does. I consider laying back down on the inviting grass, but it's probably a better idea to go back to my room and keep my phone charged. As I got back to my door, I found my eyes drawn towards an unfamiliar face exiting the room next to mine. Oh. Oh, hey, you must be my neighbor. Huh? Oh, no, sorry, I was just paying him a visit. I can see that the large hyena is slightly sweating. I guess he and his friend must have done some sort of morning work. Oh, dear. He certainly fits the jock type. Name's Dan, though. You look kind of familiar. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. Mason. I was thinking the same thing. Do we have a class together? That's what it was. I think I saw you in Calc. Anyway, it was nice meeting you, Mason, but I gotta go hit the showers. I watch Dan as he walks away. He seems quite worn out by whatever he was doing. Some people take the whole workout thing seriously, I guess. I don't think I could start my mornings that way. Back in my room, everything looks just as I left it this morning. I really need to sit down and find time to really settle in and unpack what few belongings I have. My thoughts are cut short by the interjection of my phone. It looks like the others are all awake. Okay, I'll be... Let's see... Morning, you guys! Good morning, Zoe. Elliot, your cap's locked. Oops, sorry. Well, I'm sure you haven't forgotten, Zoe. I just felt it was pertinent to remind you of our class starting in a short while. Yes, Mom. I didn't forget. What class are you guys taking this morning? I'm an intro to astronomy class. Wait, really? Me too. We know. Quinn told us we shared a class this semester. I deduced it was astronomy, as my other classes seemed inappropriate. I guess that makes sense. He's probably taking a ton of business and financial classes. Still, it's a bit surprising that they knew and didn't tell me. I guess they didn't want to make me uncomfortable. Speaking of Quinn, I wonder where he is right now. Probably in class, though I can't imagine that would keep him from texting. Haven't heard from him this morning. Might still be asleep. I sincerely hope not, but it seems likely. Chances are he stayed up late again on another one of his binges. What are you up to today, Jude? Visiting Mom. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something sweet about a guy in his mid-20s still finding time for his mom. Oh. I haven't even been able to get a hold of mine, but I know I'd see her if I could. Aw, tell her I said hi. Okay. I'm gonna put my phone away. Morning rush is going to start coming in. Good luck, Elliot. I'm sure it'll be a good day thanks to you, Mason. Barf. I guess I'll see you in class, Mason. Definitely. Moving over to my bed, I plug my phone into charge for a few minutes before I head back out to class. Make a quick save. I'm a bit curious if Quinn is actually still asleep, but I don't even know which room is his, so it's not like I can check up on him. I wonder what kind of premonition told him we were all sharing a class. Did they only sign up for the class because Quinn told them that they had done so in the future? I might be jumping to conclusions, but even so, that would be a bit concerning if they relied on Quinn to make major decisions like that. I'm probably reading too much into this, though. It feels like my brain is going to turn inside out the more I try to understand half of their social dynamics when factoring in psychic abilities. At least I can think about the idea of it all without having some sort of meltdown. I can't imagine how freaked out they must have been yesterday when I just stormed off into the bathroom. That definitely wasn't my best moment. I don't think I've ever felt that overwhelmed before. Well, that's not true. I freaked out pretty badly when I woke up after the accident. It feels like every time I find myself in a new setting, I find myself shocked by some huge shift in my life. Maybe I'm just bad at adapting to new information. I remember it took me longer than it should have to even comprehend that my parents had gotten divorced after my accident. Speaking of, my dad still hasn't texted me either. I guess I should assume I'm on my own when it comes to money. Whatever. I'll just think about what to do after that after class. Maybe Zoe or Aiden have some ideas of what I could do. Getting to my classroom proved to be easier than I expected. Maybe it was because I'd gotten lost so many times that I'd just gotten used to running behind. Finding the science building while exploring the campus this morning definitely made it a lot easier to find. Walking in, I can see Zoe and Aiden sitting in the front row. I'm not exactly the type to do that, so I move to grab a seat in the back. Mason, what are you doing, silly? We've got a seat open over here. Well, that's just perfect. Be right there. How exactly does this whole psychic radar of hers work anyway? Do I just walk into a room and she knows exactly where I am? I wonder how far away I'd need to be for her to no longer be able to sense me. Was wondering when you'd show up. The class is going to be starting soon. Doubtful. This professor has a reputation for being late. I suspect we have several minutes yet before we begin the lecture. It's good to see you, Hannah. It's good to see you made it, Mason. I was worried you might have dozed off on a mound of dirt somewhere. What? Aiden, that's so rude. It's fine, Zoe. He's just joking about something earlier. You had to be there. You guys have an inside joke? No way, you can't do this to me. Tell me what happened. Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. Small paper jam with the printers. This is Intro to Astronomy. You may call me Mr. Bronson. The instructor drops a stack of papers in front of Aiden and motions for him to take one and pass it on. Moving around the room is your copy of the syllabus, as well as instructions for the class project. Class project? Yes, class project, and please save your questions until the end. We've got a lot to get through. Zoe grumbles as she sits back in her seat. We all then resign ourselves to another orientation. Most of what Mr. Branson says is standard for a course of introduction. Yet another series of guidelines that sound similar to every instructor's expectations for their class. Looking over, I can see Zoe has begun doodling stars over her syllabus, while Aiden is taking notes in a small black notebook. Now, the project that I'd mentioned, you will all be writing a research paper on a constellation of your choosing. You'll be expected to provide both scientific and cultural background. Oh, 1 second, guys. The rubric is on the back of the syllabuses. Syllabi? Anyway, are there any questions? Aiden doesn't even have to be... Blah! My voice. My throat. Aiden doesn't even wait to be called on. He simply raises his hand and begins speaking. Are we meant to pick different constellations? What about a group cooperation? Is there a curve we need to be aware of? The teacher looks astounded as Aiden continues to bombard him with questions. I understand wanting to be informed, but it's just the first day, and the wolf is just relentlessly assaulting the instructor with inquiries. And that is where I'm going to stop it for now, guys. It's nice so far. And we have a hyena dude who we've been introduced to, who was very probably banging someone in that room. So, spicy. We're probably going to be running into him later. His name is Dan. And named characters usually end up showing up. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to the next episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. And guys, if I don't see you before Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I love you all. Please be safe. You know, if you're going out with your family, practice social distancing, wear a mask if you can, and just be safe out there, guys. We want to have many, many more Christmases together. But anyways, I love you all. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.